To Pensionmark's February webinar on the Personal Financial Portal. We appreciate all of you taking the time to join us today. A few items to go over before we get started. First, in order to ensure everyone has the ability to hear the information presented by our guest speaker, everyone will be on mute during the webinar. Second, please feel free to write in any questions you have using the Q&A tool on the webinar menu. At the end of the webinar, we will take the time to go through these together. Third, there will be polling questions throughout today's webinar. All results are anonymous, and we appreciate your participation. Now, I'd like to introduce Pensionmark's Vice President of Operations, Laura Battle. Laura joined the Pensionmark team in the year 2000 and graduated from the University of California at Santa Barbara with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Business Economics and Spanish. Mrs. Battle currently holds her Series 6 and 63 licenses, along with her California insurance license. Additionally, she holds the following designations: Chartered Retirement Plan Specialist, Chartered Retirement Planning Counselor, and Plan Sponsor Retirement Professional. Laura is responsible for the day-to-day management of our customer service team here and is our lead conversions manager. Thank you so much for presenting today, Laura. Now I'll turn it over to you. One moment here. We're just checking on the volume of Laura's mic. Give me 1 second. Thank you for your patience. Great. Okay, I think everybody can hear me now. So this is Laura Battle, and I'd like to thank everybody for joining us today. As Renata mentioned, I will be going over the Personal Financial Portal and giving you an overview of the financial wellness program that's offered here through Pensionmark Retirement Group. So part of our services as the advisors on your plan is that we want to give you a wide variety of tools that you can use when you're thinking about overall financial planning and resources that you have available to you when it comes to planning for your retirement. So part of our role here at Pensionmark to help you with your retirement plan is to, based on where you are in your retirement life, we basically want to make sure we have a tool that can provide you the services that you'll need, whether you're just starting out in the retirement world, in your working world, or if you're getting closer to retirement. So our financial wellness program is comprised of a few different features, and I want to go over those briefly first, and then I'll give you an overview of our probably strongest feature, which is the Personal Financial Portal. So by being associated with Pensionmark Financial Group, these are all services that are provided to you from our affiliation. The first that we have is our Employee Retirement Connect campaign, and that is where we really push information out to you in the form of webinars and newsletters. All of these services in the financial wellness program can be accessed through the pensionmark.com website. So I'll show you that as well as we get closer. We have an online education center. We have a whole section of our Pensionmark website that you can go to access all of these tools that I'm going to be talking about today. We also have a toll-free financial wellness help center. So we do have a live help center with bilingual representatives in Spanish and English that can assist you with any question that you have regarding your retirement plan. We really like to think of ourselves as very hands-on when it comes to your retirement plan. We want to make sure that you have resources available to you as you need them so that you have somebody there to help answer those questions like, am I saving enough for retirement, or where do I get started? Doing this over so many years that we've been involved, we've realized one of the main components that people ask us a lot is, am I saving enough for retirement? That's one of the biggest questions. And I'll show you a really great tool that we have in the portal that can assist you with actually finding out, am I saving enough? So we like to be very hands-on, as I mentioned, so we really encourage you to utilize our financial wellness program. Call our help center if you do have any questions with any of the tools, and really figure out which of these tools make sense for you, which ones you can resonate with, which ones maybe you do not need assistance with, and then again, let us help you with those difficult questions as you're planning for your retirement. You also have available to you, based on your particular plan, any type of educational seminars like these that we are doing, and one-on-one employee consultations. So by being a participant in one of our retirement plans through Pensionmark, you can always contact our Financial Wellness Help Center to look up your account and ask more detailed questions about your account and get that one-on-one assistance that you may need. We also have a very large social media campaign that's through our LinkedIn, our Facebook, our Twitter accounts. So all of those you can sign up for to receive the information in the social media capacity as well. So moving on, this is part of our Retire Connect campaign, and these are our campaign and webinar calendars. So each month we really like to make sure that we're keeping our name in front of you so that you remember you do have a resource there for your retirement plan. And those can be, you can sign up for either of these campaigns, or both of them. The one on the left is our campaign that's just a newsletter campaign that comes out every month, and you can sign up for, and it basically will you know, give you really specific information regarding managing your money, or you know, planning for your retirement, how to pay down debt, you know, how to save, how to budget. So kind of quick little call to action videos or articles or you know, newsletters that are all around various financial planning and retirement topics. So that's on the left, and that's our campaign calendar. You can sign up to start receiving these directly through our website, and I'll show you how. And then on the right, we also have our webinar calendar, which is what you're on today. So this is our February Personal Financial Portal webinar. We have a different subject each month, and so you can see which are coming up. So if you're interested in healthcare and retirement, or how to deal with market volatility, or what to do with, you know, cash flow versus maybe a cash pile and budgeting, you can kind of see which are coming up and mark those on your calendar so that you can participate in those. So this is our Retire Connect campaign. Again, you can decide, I'd like the webinars, no, I'd just like to receive the newsletters, and sign up for which of these you would like. All of our webinars and all of our campaigns are archived on our Education Center through the pensionmark.com website, so that's something that you can access as well. Okay, so moving on, this is a quick screenshot of our Personal Financial Portal. Again, another tool that we have in our financial wellness program. And this basically is a quick snapshot of your financial life. So what the Personal Financial Portal is an actual online tool that you can use that's updated daily, that ties together all of your accounts, any account that you have online access to, and you can see that how it's doing with all of your accounts under one roof. And it was a really great resource for you to look at, like I said, when you're really thinking about, okay, if I want to save more for retirement, how do I do that if I'm not even sure where my money is going on a day-to-day basis? So this Personal Financial Portal, again, is a complimentary service that we provide to anyone that's associated with our retirement plans or with our organization. So I'm going to give you a demo of that in just a moment, but this gives you a quick little snapshot so you can get an idea of what that website looks like. And another nice tool on that website is this gap analysis tool. So this is where I said a lot of people say, am I saving enough? That's really all I want to know, is just, am I putting money in enough now to have enough to live off of in retirement? So this is the gap analysis tool, and I'll show you when I get to the actual demo of the portal that you can actually see, based on your individual situation, how long your savings are going to last you in retirement. And this is a really valuable tool on the Personal Financial Portal website. So this is a snapshot of our financial wellness center, so what we like to call our financial fitness center. And this is directly from the pensionmark.com website, so you can see the website here at the bottom. And again, this is where you can access our newsletters, our financial wellness quick tips, any of our webinars. We also have great financial calculators there on the Pensionmark website, our educational videos. So let's see, this should go ahead and pull up our pensionmark.com website. So here's our pensionmark.com website. Again, a great resource for you to go to. Would definitely recommend bookmarking the site for your computer. And this is our main landing page. Here you can see our education center. So this is where you can actually go and see our different educational videos, our different webinars, sign up for our different newsletters. I would really encourage you to go out to our education center and again learn more about the overall wellness program. We really want to empower you as participants in your company's retirement plan or in your individual accounts to really take control of your finances and understand where your money is going so that you can really start to make choices now that will impact your retirement. So this is a really great website to go to. Again, we really keep it updated with timely information, and we archive all of this information that we're presenting today. So if you don't have time to listen to our webinars live, you can always go back and replay them, or you can look in our archives and see which one is on a topic that may be important to you. So that's a little bit of our overall Financial Wellness Center. You obviously have our contact information on the upper right-hand side of our pensionmark.com website. This is where you can reach out to any of our representatives at any time. So any questions you have regarding your company's retirement plan or your account, please feel free to reach out and speak with a representative here at Pensionmark for any of that assistance. So the personal financial portal, once you have signed up for that, which you can easily do here through the Education Center. So to sign up for the personal financial portal, you can go through our Education Center and scroll down to where it says Personal Financial Portal. From there, you can go ahead and set up your personal financial portal. When you click on there, you're just going to need a few pieces of information that you'll send to us, which is your name, your employer name, your date of birth, and your email. And with that information, we can go ahead and get you set up. So you can do that right when you get off the webinar today and sign up for the portal. You will then get an email or two from us that'll give you your username and your temporary password that you'll use and create your own password, and that's what you'll use going forward. So once you have done that first step of setting up your personal financial portal, you'll then be able to access it directly through the website by clicking on the financial portal link here. So in the upper right-hand side. So I'm going to go ahead and go into the demo, and let me just go ahead and put in my sample. Okay, and again, this is going to be your own personal information that you're going to put in there. Ask you some security questions. Oops. Oh. See if I can go back here. It's not liking my answer. Okay. Gotta love technology. Okay, so when you first log on to the portal, so now this is going into the demo of our personal financial portal. So when you, and I would say this is one of, as I mentioned in the beginning, one of the strongest features of our Financial Wellness Help Center. Really what we found is that, again, a lot of people out there really don't understand where their money is going from a budgeting perspective, where they're spending their money, and so if you don't have a control over that, it's really hard to even think about the future and how this money will last you in retirement. The Personal Financial Portal, again, this is a free service. It's very, very, I would say, comprehensive of your entire household financial situation. So when you start to go, when you first go in, it's going to go through just a quick tutorial that's going to help you get started on this. So I'm just going to go through this quickly, but basically it's going to help you put in a few goals so that you can try to figure out, okay, what is important to me? What's on my mind? So first you'll go through and you can see the different options they have here of just kind of checking what are your main financial planning and financial future goals, what's on your mind. So you can go through and just kind of create this. You don't have to go through this tutorial that I'm showing you now, but it's a really great tool to start off with so that the system can build that up for you. You then can drag and drop the most important things, put them in a list of what's most important to you. Then moving on, after you prioritize, you can kind of then tell it what's the most important things for you. What keeps you up at night? You know, are you worried about the stock market, or are you worried about healthcare costs? So it's going to have you maybe, you know, tell them a little bit about yourself. You're then going to give your personal information here, and this is so that it can help you when you're looking at projecting for the future and are you meeting your retirement goals. So you just fill out a few of those questions about yourself. I believe you can add a spouse to this as well, and then, or you can let them know if you're single, what your personal situation is. The nice thing about the portal is you can also tie in any financial account or any account that your spouse or your significant other has. So it does look at your household. So this portal is really nice for somebody who maybe one of the spouses is really the primary person who takes care of all the finances. Well, what if something happened to that spouse? This portal is really nice because it allows that other person to have access to all of the household information. So then it asks to give you information about your family, so you can put any other child or parent maybe that you're financially responsible for or that lives in your home. Another nice tool on the portal is you actually have a place where you can look at saving for college. So if you're trying to save money for a child, I'll show you a nice spot there where you can see how much is it going to cost to send your child to a certain university. Then it asks for your income, and this again ties into your retirement strategies and your spouse's income, so you can input that information. And then giving you what are your goals for retirement. So it's a really nice way to kind of ask yourself those questions. This is where I told you you can let the system know, what about any future goals or big expenses? Are you trying to save for a home or a wedding or travel? Or, you know, you have an elderly parent you're taking care of and maybe need to think about care for them. So it helps you figure out what your personal goals are. Another nice thing about the portal is you can tie in any accounts that are related to your home. So if your mortgage or any businesses you own or any property that you own, you can tie that into the portal also. So any account that you have online access to, you can tie into the portal. The other nice thing about the portal is that you can tie in any of your professionals that you work with. So if you have a CPA or a financial advisor or maybe an attorney or an accountant that you work with, you can tie them all into this and have their contact information there as well. So again, anything regarding your financial life can all be held on this portal. So once you've gone through that organizer or that step-by-step tutorial, you can go right to that website. And if you don't want to go through those slides that I just showed you, you can bypass those as well. But if you have a couple minutes, I would suggest going through them. So this is the landing page of the Personal Financial Portal. So this is obviously pre-populated. This is our demo. But this is what it would look like. So you can see it has these different tiles, and it tells you, based on the accounts that you've added, how your financial life is looking. So each of these tiles you can toggle through. So for instance, your spending tile has a couple different slides where you can do it based on each transaction, or you can see your income versus your expenses, as well as how much you've spent this month. You have a budget tile here. You have your investments tile. So again, if you tie in your company retirement plan, you can also tie in any outside brokerage accounts you have, maybe a stock account you have somewhere, your spouse's retirement account with their employer. All of those you can tie in, and then under this one tab, you can see all of your investments and break those out by category or by returns or see how they're all doing. The other net worth, this is really nice sometimes for CPAs or if you're trying to get your finances in order for a big purchase. This is really nice to just see what is your net worth. And then you have your accounts tab here. And this is where you actually tie in all the different accounts that you have. So again, the whole point of the personal financial portal is to have this snapshot of your financial life. So the idea is you're tying in any credit cards, any investment accounts, loans on any outside loans you have, your property, your mortgage statements, your mortgage accounts, your checking account, your savings account. Any account that you have online access to can be attached to the portal. If you have an account with maybe a small local savings and loan or a small credit union, those you may have some problems accessing. If you have any problems attaching an account to the portal, you can always reach out to us, and we have our number here right at the top of the screen, and a representative here can help kind of troubleshoot that for you. So one of the biggest questions I get at about this point when I'm talking about, okay, this is a lot of information of yours that you're coming into this site. This is a non-transactional site. So what this is basically it's only pulling the information over from the site that you're attaching. You cannot make any changes on the personal financial portal. You can't move money or make any changes to your account. This is only a viewing site. So what it's doing is it's a non-transactional link. It's pulling the information over from Citibank or pulling it over from Wells Fargo. And you can see here, I'll show you how easy it is to add an account. Because if you can imagine the first time you go out here, this is going to be all zeros. So if you bank with Wells Fargo, you can easily go ahead and type in Wells Fargo, and the system will search for that institution. So based on what type of account you have with Wells Fargo, let's say it's just their standard checking or savings account, you go ahead and click continue. This is where you're going to put in your user ID and your password just as you would. So again, it's going to pull the information over from Wells Fargo, and it's going to do that on a daily basis. It's not taking the information back to Wells Fargo. So the security on this personal financial portal, because obviously people say, wow, that's a lot of information you're asking me to input. This is not like an online banking, trading, or shopping site. The personal financial portal takes your information. It's never shared. It's never shared with a third party. And the data is stored at SunGard Data Systems. It's one of the largest data hosting systems in the world. They actually handle about 70% of the world's financial industry transactions. They have 128-bit encryption, or sorry, most people have 128-bit encryption. SunGard uses an actually 256-bit secure socket layer encryption. They actually have their own employees who constantly test the firewalls on this site. So this PFP site is a designated VeriSign secure site. So there's another security video that you can watch through the Pensionmark website if you have more questions on the security of this site. But again, it's just pulling the data over. You cannot make any transactions on this site. So if you have any questions about the security, please let us know. But it's really just pulling that data over. So if sometimes, like if your bank makes you update your credentials, your login credentials every 3 months or so, you may need to do that on the portal as well. So again, it's just pulling the data over. It's a non-transactional link, so it's not like people can go into your checking account through this portal. So really, this, if you do have any questions about the security, like I said, feel free to contact us prior to signing up. We want to make sure we answer those for you. So some of the other nice features, once you've added in all your accounts, you can add in your accounts kind of on a day-by-day basis, so you don't have to do it all at once. The more information you input into this site, the more this site is going to work for you. Again, this is purely for you to see how your financial life is and see it all in one spot. You can give your significant other or your spouse access as well so that they can see this information. And again, it's a really nice way to just have it all at your fingertips. So one of the other nice features of this is the organizer, and that's again where you're going to input your information. So you can see on the left-hand side, this is where you're going to input your accounts, any of your professional contacts, updating your income and your expenses. This is really going to help with your budgeting tools, putting your future goals on there. So all of this can always be modified on a daily basis. So you don't have to do this all at once. If one day you want to just attach a couple of accounts, and then the next day go ahead and attach a couple more, and then add your spouse and your children, you can kind of build onto the information as you go. The more you use this, again, the more it's going to help you. Once you have more of your information uploaded and you start to pull in, the spending tab is one of the most, I would say, useful tabs here. It actually will start telling you where your spending is going. The system will automatically categorize things based on, you know, how they think it is. So if you're taking cash out of the ATM, it's going to probably just say it's cash. Now if you're using that cash to, you know, pay off a credit card, you may need to redesignate that or change the category so that it categorizes that correctly for you. But you can see here, you can see how your spending has done by category or your history or your budget. You can actually see it for a month or go down longer, so over longer period of times. You can set actual goals for you or limits. So if you want to try to keep your entertainment spending down, you can give yourself a goal for the month and the system will notify you via email or I believe via text if you go over that budget or if you're getting close to it. So the system is really going to try to help you to budget as well. So if you're, you know, spending too much on, you know, eating out, they're going to let you know, okay, you're getting close. You said you only wanted to spend $100 this month on that. You're getting close to that. You know, do you want to maybe start brown bagging it to work a couple days here? So the system, you can set up certain goals and certain limits so that if you start to get close to those, it will alert you. And then you can obviously see all your transactions. Again, it's pulling this data over from your banking and checking and savings accounts and categorize it by account, by category, by how much. So you can start to see where is my money going. Okay, wow, I'm spending a lot at the grocery store. Maybe I can cut down on that a little bit because that's going to ultimately lead into your retirement goals. The investments tab up at the top here, this also shows all your different investments. So again, the more information you put in here, the more it's going to have available, but it's going to show you, okay, where is all my investments between me and maybe my spouse or my significant other. And you can see those across all accounts or just break it down by one. You can see overall, how is my allocation if I'm looking at my retirement plans, my spouse's retirement plan, and these other outside accounts we have. Where is that money across all asset types? This is really helpful if you're meeting with a financial advisor or looking at your information as a whole. And then you can do any type of analysis on this, look at it as returns for the last 6 months, 3 months, the lifetime of it, and then look at those individual transactions again. Because again, you're attaching any account that you have online access to, so it's pulling the data over for you. So you don't have to log into your retirement plan and then log into your checking account and then log into your credit card account. All of that information can be pulled over here so that you can see it all on one spot. They do have a mobile application for the Personal Financial Portal as well. So if you want to access this on your phone, you can do that, or on your mobile device. So they do have a mobile version of this also. So you do not have to just be sitting in front of a computer. One of the one of my favorite components of the Personal Financial Portal is this Workshop tab. And this is where you can see that gap analysis, or am I saving enough for retirement? So under the Workshop tab, you have this, are you saving enough for retirement? And here is where it's going to pull in that information about when do you plan on retiring, you and your spouse. And this is where it's going to tell you how long your savings are going to last. And by changing maybe your retirement age, and maybe instead of at 65, you're going to retire at 70, you can see how that's going to change on the right-hand side here, how long your savings are going to last. So this is where you can really start maybe asking those difficult questions of, realistically, when can I retire? When can I retire? When can my spouse retire? How long is it going to last? Is longevity in our family? Maybe, grandparents and great-grandparents are living into their hundreds. I think I just read a statistic recently that children that are being born now are actually living almost into age 100. So they're forecasted, I mean, obviously people are living longer with, advances in healthcare. So that's something to keep in mind as well. If you're going to run out of funds at age 85, you might want to bring that up a little bit and see how that's going to change your graph on the right-hand side. So this is that question that I kind of started the webinar with, is what I'm doing now, how is that going to impact retirement? And this portal gives you a really great introduction to that. It also will give you next steps. Maybe you need to increase what you're putting into your retirement account, or maybe you need to, put off retiring a little bit. So this is a really great tool under the workshop tab. Is just, am I saving enough for retirement? And again, it's really nice because it's customized to you and your information. You also can see, is your family protected? Should you be purchasing additional insurance through your insurance broker? The other nice one is, are you saving enough for college? So I like this one. I have two sons that seem to be growing right in front of my eyes like weeds, but so college is definitely on my mind. This is something where, using your children, you can actually see, how much is that school going to cost that maybe my child wants to go to. So you can put in any school that you're interested in, and you can actually see in-state versus out-of-state what the average per year cost is. So depending on your mood, you may or may not want to go through this exercise. Sometimes it can be a little shocking, but again, it's really nice for you to try to tie in those goals if you're trying to save enough for children and college funding, and just give you an idea of what it's going to cost, and okay, based on your budget and your spending, how can I reach those goals? The other nice feature of the portal, and wrapping up here so we have time for questions, is the vault. We have, you have the opportunity here in the vault to upload any important documents you may have. So if you have a trust or a will or a, household documents, you can upload those into the vault. And here, it gives you the opportunity for, again, you and your spouse to have one spot where all those important documents are. And then the last part over here is the reports. So the last tab is where you can actually run reports on your financial situation. So these are really helpful, again, if you're meeting with your CPA or your personal accountant, and you need to bring information about your different accounts instead of going out there and trying to scramble and find all of those. You can go to reports here and just run those directly from the personal financial portal. So all of these features are really nice. Again, this is all part of that personal financial portal. I could talk for an hour about all these different tools that they have on our portal, but this is, I would say, probably one of the strongest tools that we have. And by going to the Pensionmark website, you can definitely sign up for that, like I told you, directly through our education center. You do want to make sure this is something that you're going to use. If you don't use your account, for a long period of time, you would get a notice saying that it may get deleted. So this is a tool that you'll want to make sure that you do use, and that you do access, as long as you log in every quarter and at least take a look at it. But if it's a little bit too much, then I would discourage you from signing up for it just now, just because the information you put in could be deleted if you do not access it after a period of time. So that is pretty much all that I wanted to do with the portal, and show you the Financial Wellness Center, as well as give you that oversight of that personal financial portal. Again, going to our pensionmark.com website is probably the best place to start. You can go right through that Education Center here on your screen. If you click on Education Center, and then you can go directly to sign up for the personal financial portal. As I mentioned in the beginning of the presentation, this is also our social media. So you can sign up and follow us on any of these, watch us on YouTube, or follow us on LinkedIn, any of those. So I think what we're going to do now is wait for some questions to come in. And let me just see if I can kind of grab a couple of those as they're coming in. So you just want me to say them? Okay, got Okay, so a few questions have come in. So the first one, and again, if you have any questions, please feel free to go ahead and submit those through the questions box on your screen. So first one, is this tool complimentary or is there a fee associated with using it? This tool is complimentary. So the tool I'm assuming is the personal financial portal. This is a complimentary tool as long as you are affiliated with Pensionmark. If you move to another employer who doesn't use Pensionmark, there could possibly be a fee associated with the using the service. But we would make sure that you would keep your information there. So as long as you're associated with Pensionmark, complimentary. If you were to move to another employer, we would maybe charge, you would possibly get a small nominal fee, but we would make sure you could keep your information. So somebody asked, if I get $200 out of the ATM, I haven't spent any money. I've only moved it from my checking account to my wallet. How do you account for that transfer without it showing up as spending $200? So good question. Like I said, under that spending tab, you can always recategorize your transactions so that they do show as an actual, what you use that $200 on. Or you can always actually remove that transaction, but you will always be able to go back in and recategorize your transactions so that you can have them show up correctly. Okay, great. The next question is there a manual that we can use for instructions on how to use the personal financial portal? And yes, there is. If you want to reach out to us, we can send you that manual. It's kind of a step-by-step, so it's pretty much what I was talking about today, but in a manual format. So if you want to have that, just again, reach out to us. We have our contact information on the page here. And any questions you have, we encourage you to give our office a call. I think that's all the questions that have come in now. If we missed any questions, or if you want to send any further questions in, please do so. Again, our contact information is here. Any questions you have regarding our Financial Wellness Health Center, your retirement plan that you currently have affiliated with Pensionmark, or just any questions in general about this webinar or the Personal Financial Portal, please feel free to reach out to us at the contact information on your screen. And with that, I'm going to conclude today's webinar. We appreciate everybody taking the time out of their day to listen, and hope everyone has a great day. So thank you very much for your attendance, and we appreciate it. That concludes our webinar. Bye-bye.